I had been through my undergraduate career at a different university and was directed to either choose engineering or art at that time and not really explore the possibility of putting the two together.
I really like the balance between art and technology that architecture has because I like math, but I also like design and stuff like that. And I kind of grew up around it. My dad is always involved in projects and stuff like that.
Always wanted to do architecture since I was a little kid. I transferred from engineering because my previous school didn't have an architecture program, so I don't know, it's kind of just innate in me.
I picked architecture as a major because when I was 8 years old, my family, we actually we had built our house and took part in designing it with another architect.
I picked architecture because I've grown up around the industry. My dad worked for a construction company and I've always been interested in art, so I've gravitated towards the design side of that industry.
Well, architecture was pretty much my choice since about 5th grade because we were moving houses and my parents were very adamant about allowing me to be in the design process. Like we were choosing options.
This big hurricane that took place in Honduras, the country where I'm from, for some reason I just wanted to build shelter for others, and I felt like architecture was my calling, and I've been sticking with this ever since.
So far as a first year student, I think that it's really interesting. Arc 101 was good, but I really enjoy architectural history. I think I'm learning a lot in architectural history, and it's good. I wish that we as first year students were put in studio sooner. But so far it's all right.
Because I know first year architecture, the only required course is Arc 101. And some people do choose to take Arc 210, the history course, which is also not that stimulating, to be honest. I mean, everybody's like this in class.
Especially spring semester, we're learning a lot. We have a good professor. So it's nice. It's overwhelming at first because they just try to teach you so much, but I think it's a good program.
Right now I'm a TA for architectural lighting, and I took it myself, and I've had 3 completely different experiences on the same subject matter. Learned 3 things each time. A lot of it overlaps, but a lot of it is different. And so for me, as I look at the curriculum, I think it really does depend on the instructor. It really depends on how it's taught. It really depends on what they emphasize as far as being important within the material.
And I'm really happy with it, with the material that we're being taught. I mean, I knew it was going to be intense. So overall, I'm really happy with it.
How do you
I think the part of the process for sophomore studio is to kind of teach us how to find inspiration. So sometimes we do photo collages, or you do many different iterations of one design. So I don't really have one thing I could tell you, this is how I get my inspiration. Sometimes I design something and I hate it the next day, and so I just completely redo it, completely different.
It varies, but a lot of times I will put in my iPod and just blast music and just try and sketch some stuff out and just see what comes out, or I look at past buildings for inspiration, just anything basically, but I just try and listen to music or do something creative.
Creativity is a hard thing sometimes to put your finger on because sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. And the challenge is to find ways of continually working even if you're not feeling particularly creative.
I don't like to think about inspiration because it's inspiration, It shouldn't really have a system. It's just kind of there.